What a day it's been, what a match it's been, and what a win for Pakistan. One day cricket might be going down, but when it's about India and Pakistan, all 100 overs are as precious as they can ever be in cricket. And what a match we had between these two arch rivals tonight. Boom Afridi virtually knocking India out of the Asia Cup. He hit 2 consecutive sixes in the last over to help Pakistan beat India by 1 wicket. India will now face Afghanistan in their last league match on 5th March, hoping for a miracle to progress in the competition. Memories of Javed Miandad resurrected with that special knock from Shahid Afridi. Sourav Ganguly, former India captain, and Boria Majumdar, consulting editor, in the studio with us. Dada, what a match it turned out to be. What a nerve-wracking finish and what a quintessential Pakistan chase.
Yeah, what a match, I agree, but unfortunately we were on the losing side.
Correct.
So we're not happy with this game, to be honest. But yes, I thought Pakistan played very well. They were in and out of the game like a typical Pakistan chase, but at the end it was the old man. I wouldn't say old man or young man, but a man. I don't know, but a man, Shahid Afridi, is still 34 years old and he made his debut before I played for India. So I don't know whether he's old or young, but I thought he had a great day. He batted brilliantly under pressure. I always felt that with 3 spinners, Shahid Afridi will always be in this game at number 7, and that's exactly what happened. He won for Pakistan a game which we will all remember for a long time. You know, it reminds me of Javed Miandad's 6 at Sharjah, of Chetan Sharma, and now 2 back-to-back sixes of Ravichandran Ashwin to win this game.
Yes, and Boria, after this knock, Shahid Afridi perhaps has become ageless.
You know, whether
this knock at least.
The knock is ageless. It will turn immortal because, as you said just now about Javed Miandad's 6, it's a shot that will forever remain in the echelons of Pakistan and Indian cricket, and it's become a part of Pakistani cricket folklore. So will Shahid Afridi's consecutive sixes of Ravi Ashwin, who will now have nightmares. Because in an India-Pakistan game, champions are made, folklores are created, tales are written. That's what has happened tonight as well. You know, Virat Kohli's reaction said it all. After Saeed Ajmal got bowled, Virat's reaction said, we've almost got it. And then the twin sixes, and you know, he sort of almost hunches down. And you can break it frame by frame. What a night for Pakistan. But the point is, Shivani, I keep saying it's winner takes all. However good, however, you know, whatever India played, fact is India is out of the competition.
Yes, of course, I have to reiterate here, they have a mathematical chance. You never know, some more surprises have happened. But Dada, that last over will not just haunt the entire Indian team, the captain Virat Kohli and the bowler R. Ashwin, because it was kind of surprising that it was R. Ashwin bowling the final over.
Yeah, but there's no choice. When you play 3 spinners, you don't have any choice, and that's why Indian selectors must think about it, because they're losing too many games in the last over, whether bowling first or bowling second. You go in with 2 fast bowlers, and one of them cannot bowl in the death. To be honest, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, with all due respect, he doesn't have the pace to trouble batsmen at the death, and that's been India's problem. You know, invariably this had to happen, and we could see it coming. So you could see Virat Kohli bowling the fast bowlers and holding Ashwin till the last in case Afridi gets out and he turns the game for India. So that's an area which the selectors need to address. They must have 3 bowlers who will bowl for you from the 43rd to the 50th over, and the captain can keep rotating, because if a Mohammad Shami is bowling 4 overs in a trot in the last 8-9 overs, he will go for plenty, because batsmen start queuing you up in those good batting pitches. So even he needs to be rotated. A fast bowler cannot bowl more than 2 overs, or any bowler cannot bowl more than 2 overs in the last 8 or 9 overs at a trot, otherwise batsmen just take them on, because you don't have a Wasim Akram or a Waqar Younis. So from that point of view, that's an area the selectors have to address for the future if we have to be a good one-day side.
We'll keep talking about some of the blunders perhaps that India has made in their selection in the 3 matches they've played. They've lost 2 out of those 3. The only match they've won, remember, is against Bangladesh. That was a great start, and we were expecting a lot more, but it didn't happen. Virat Kohli absolutely gutted with that result. He was quite upset when he couldn't quite score a lot against Pakistan as well, and to lose against Pakistan as a captain definitely hurts a lot. Sort of in the end, we were about a minimum of 20 runs short at least.
To be honest, we did well to get to 245 from the position we were in. I thought Ravindra Jadeja batted brilliantly at the end. They dropped a catch of Ravindra Jadeja, and I thought he was very close to Mohammad Hafiz when he was batting on 12, and he got a magnificent 50 to take India to 245, to be honest. So I thought the lower order did well, but at the end it was not enough runs on the board, and again, once again, when it was required, at the pressure time, we just didn't have the ammunition to bowl under pressure, and that's exactly what happened.
Yes, Bora, it's actually been quite a difficult performance to pin down and assess when it comes from the batting lineup, because individually, you know, they've put their hand up. In this match, there were 350s in the match, and yet, you know, we couldn't quite put up a very big total. The middle order has fired. The openers also have fired. I think the bottom line is that India didn't fire as a unit in any of the matches. Of course, Virat Kohli won single-handedly with his 100 in the first match.
That's what matters. You don't fire as a unit, you don't win. You know, you said people have fired 350s. 50s are not enough. One guy has to kick on and get 100. You know, for me, let's look at the macro picture. I think Sourav has deconstructed the micro picture rather brilliantly. Let's look at the macro picture. The macro picture is you were losing abroad, and you know, your whole idea was in the subcontinent will win. You're starting to lose in the subcontinent. You are starting to lose in conditions which rather are very similar to India. Where are you going with your cricket team? You know, there are serious selection issues, as Sourav has already pointed out. Where do you go? I mean, do you also again say, okay, it's a young team? How long can you say it's a young team and it's an inexperienced side? So is Pakistan, so is Sri Lanka, which is an experienced side. I mean, your bowlers, think of some of the people. Amit Mishra has been 15 years in international cricket. You know, look, if you get your selection problem sorted, obviously this team can do well. The macro picture is very frightening. You've got to play England in England, you've got to play Australia in Australia. You have started to lose in the subcontinent. You're once again playing Pakistan in the World T20. Where is Indian cricket headed?
Yes, we're going to pose that question to Dada as well in just a bit. But the problem of selection, that just seems to be confounding even with the new captain at the helm. He didn't find it easy as the stand-in skipper at all. The batting order is brutal. No two players really were performing at the same time, or at least taking their knocks further. There was confusion in the bowling department. Experiments didn't work. With non-stop cricket ahead, where does this take this young Indian team? India all but out of this Asia Cup, but really this is not just where it stops. There's endless cricket after this till the 2015 World Cup. Sourav, it was supposed to get easier for us in the subcontinent, isn't it? How do we pin down the problems we continue to keep having, not just abroad but back home as well?
I think it was not supposed to be easy for us in the subcontinent when you have teams like Pakistan and Sri Lanka to play. It's never easy. And I must say the team fought well with whatever players they had. They were close games, 240, 260. These days in the subcontinent are not the biggest of scores, but there are massive gaps to fill in this team. I think Cheteshwar Pujara is a must in this squad. Once Mahendra Singh Dhoni comes back, obviously he takes over. That obviously makes this one-day side very, very strong. You have to look after the bowling. You have to make sure that you have bowlers who can bowl at the death, because if you keep turning up at the death and keep getting clobbered all over the park, it's no point. You will not win cricket matches, and I think they need to find two bowlers. They'll have to bring people back. It's not about senior and junior. It's about players who are performing. And I must say something which I have experienced before, Shivani and Borea. In 2007, we went through the same nonsense of trying everything, and then once we came to the World Cup, we had to bring everyone back because it didn't work. We didn't win, and we panicked. And I can see the same thing happening because you've lost the Asia Cup. You had tough tours of South Africa and New Zealand. You'll have even tougher tours of England and Australia. Then you have the ICC T20 World Cup, where your performance in the last 3 T20 World Cups hasn't been the best. Yeah. So you're going to have tough times. So you have to get the balance of the squad right. You cannot just put cricketers in the freezer. If you think somebody is good, he has to come back. Look at Shahid Afridi. He still plays for Pakistan. Yeah. You know, he says he's 34, but he must be close to my age, because he's playing before I played for India. So, you know, he keeps playing for Pakistan. You look, Misbah keep playing for Pakistan at 41. Sangakkara is playing at 37, 38. So, you know, if players are good, they should be given a go. And at somewhere down the line, we will have to strike the balance of young and experience. Yes, youth is required, but performing youth is required. Yeah. Yes, senior players are required, but performing senior players are required. And when you get too close to the World Cup, I don't think the right way forward is to experiment too many things. You have to pick your best possible players and move ahead, because if you keep losing, you will just go down in confidence. If India had come into this tournament with wins, these close games would have gone India's way. It invariably happens in sport. You keep winning, you know, in important games you do right things at the right time because your head is not panicking. And I think at certain stages, India, even in New Zealand, we saw when it came to the close matches, they panicked. And I think somewhere we have to take a stock. I thought Virat Kohli was commendable as a captain. He fought brilliantly with whatever runs he had on the board. This batting was too dependent on him. Mahendra Singh Dhoni comes back as captain in the World Cup, which is obviously going to strengthen the side because of his immense batting ability in that format of the game. So India need to fill the holes and make sure that we do the things correctly.
Which will take me to my next question about is there perhaps some stubbornness that has set in the system itself? What is the management doing as well? Where are the answers coming from really? Questions were asked after India's successive losses abroad in test matches. We really didn't get any answers. And now there have been successive losses in the one-day format as well. Sourav and Boria are still with me. Sourav, you have to ask questions of the management as well. I mean, we've asked questions of Dhoni, but what are Duncan Fletcher and Joe Dawes doing really?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have to answer. They'll have to answer and they'll have to work towards the improvement of a team, and I don't see any improvement, especially with the bowling, which is a weak area. You'll have to learn how to bowl in the depth, otherwise you cannot be a good one-day side. Look at the Pakistan team, look at the South African bowling attack when they come and bowl, or the Australians. You got an England tour to go, an Australia tour to go, and if you're not working on these sort of things, you'll be a dead team. It's a young team. I think the batting is still good enough. There's enough talent in the batting department, but if your fast bowling is not right, and I see better people sitting out. People who have more skill, have more ability sitting out, and it's an unfortunate thing.
More experience as well.
Yeah.
Boria, final comments from you. It seems like there's a stubbornness of sort that has set in, that no matter what the results, we don't really have to care and we don't have to really listen to the fans.
That is the worst thing to happen to Indian cricket if that is the case. I assume and hope that's not the case. What Sourav said, improvement, how long? How long will we wait for a Duncan Fletcher? Look, today Virat Kohli is a young captain. Will we see something from Duncan Fletcher? Will he come out and tell us what went wrong? What was his contribution? What did he try to do different? I can bet you, ask an average Indian fan what Joe Dawes looks like. They will not be able to answer. He's your bowling coach. What has he done for Indian cricket? Fast bowlers covered his bear. He doesn't need to do anything for the spinners. The England series is coming up. Tell me 4 fast bowlers who will stand the 5 test matches. Tell me 4 fast bowlers who will stand the test matches in Australia. What is his contribution? Will the board listen? There are people like Sourav Ganguly, there are people, former captains, Rahul Dravid, Sourav Ganguly. These are people who are waiting in the wings. We are going with Duncan Fletcher, who's lost you test match after test match. Joe Dawes, test match after test match. The BCCI doesn't care. The fans' patience is running out.
Absolutely. Bottom line is your performance needs to count at the end. And if your performance is not there, then you need to go. But that doesn't seem to be happening in Indian cricket. Sourav Ganguly and Boria Majumdar, thanks a lot for joining us. It's a sad end, really, to India's campaign. Of course, they have a mathematical chance. We'll keep bringing you all the action from the Asia Cup. Goodbye for now.